are going into the smooth, bar-heavy stylings of Joyner Lucas's Butterfly Effect from the amazing album of ADHD 2.
There's a lot of people who lurk that don't have subs. They just don't chat.
If I could travel back into time, probably go sit my...
Y'all don't see the video. Hold on, let me get the video back. Shut up!
If I could travel back into time, probably go sit in my spaceship. Colorful lights on the inside to brighten my frowning faces. Got the radio loud when I'm sitting dry, 'cause I ain't tryna hear your frustrations. I'm floating on clouds in the sky with an imagination. I crank the engine up and take a trip to see stars. Sit on top of the moon, build a mansion on Mars. Take me back to when I had no pain or general scars. Remember when I was a young and wasn't stressing at all. Someone there to catch me every time that I fall. Someone there with me in my every beck and call. Way before you met me, were no problems I could solve. Swear that I would trade it all. I go back in time, in time. I'll fly to another dimension to make this right, this right. Kill all this mental tension that makes me fight, me fight. It's the only way I know I'ma be alright tonight, tonight. If the butterfly effect only made this right. Roll the window down when I'm up high. Get the fresh air when I'm flying. Drive me crazy sometimes. I'd rather sit alone in the silence. Recline in my seat when I get tired. Light something up when I'm vibing. Floating on clouds in the sky. Fall asleep under the horizon. I crank the engine up and take a trip to see stars. Sit on top of the moon, build a mansion on Mars. Take me back to when I had no pain or general scars. Remember when I was a young and wasn't stressing at all. I would change the pieces to the puzzle with your heart. If I could do it over, take it back to what it was. Back before we ever made mistakes from a start. If I could only trade it all, I go back in time, in time. I'll fly to another dimension to make this right, this right. Kill all this mental tension that makes me fight, me fight. It's the only way I know I'ma be alright tonight, tonight. If the butterfly effect only made this right. I used to sit inside my room on the floor, trying to build a fort and use a blanket as a door.
Yeah, that was me when I was a kid, bro. I always had dreams and aspirations of being an astronaut. I still do. I still have this delusion at 35 that I still want to be an astronaut. So I've just decided that I'll just get rich and then just buy a ticket on like Blue Horizon. You know, like I'll find a way to get to space just with money instead, because I'll probably never be an astronaut. But I always used to have delusions of grandeur like that at 7. I was always imagining myself when I went through my shit, I would always take my mind out of it and go somewhere else. I was always on Mars. I was always on Jupiter. Jupiter was always my favorite planet. I was always on Jupiter. I was always on Titan. All that weird shit I knew somehow at 6, 7 years old, because I was obsessed with space and aliens and X-Files and extraterrestrial and Men in Black. And like, I was just obsessed with that. And I always did that. And a lot of my poems as a kid were always written from the perspective of this random ass kid astronaut who always bounced around whenever Earth got too heavy. And it was just like it's cool listening to the song. It makes me think of my own childhood. And I'm like, damn, we don't ever have unique experiences. There's always somebody else probably going through what you're going through or thinking the same thoughts that you're thinking of. So that's just pretty cool.
I know I'ma be alright tonight, tonight. If the butterfly effect only made this right. I used to sit inside my room on the floor, trying to build a fort and use a blanket as a door. Cardboard boxes drawing pictures on the board. At them times I felt rich even though we was really poor. Imaginary friends, niggas thought that I was nuts, but I was only 10 and everyone was out of touch. Dream about the Benz every time I caught the bus. I used to watch the other kids and now them kids are watching us. But sometimes I feel like a butterfly with broken wings, 'cause even if it's still flying, they don't float the same. I often think about the past way before the fame, how I used to cope with pain and why a nigga overcame. It's weighing heavy on my skull. I wish I knew the pressure was so heavy for my soul. If I could do it over, I'd trade everything I own, take back everything I know. If I could only trade it all, I'll go back in time, in time. I'll fly to another dimension to make this right, this right. I kill all this mental tension that makes me fight, me fight.
That's fire.
I know I'ma be alright tonight, tonight. If the butterfly finally made this right.
Them drums. That snare is hard. Oh, the drums made this track. Damn. Oh, that was hard. That was hard. I like that. I go back in time. See, that's my therapy right there. Music like that is my therapy. Somebody said Joyner in it. Okay, bro. We done with Skepta in the Big 25, bro. Or at least we done with that rap battle. We ain't done with Skepta. We done with that. That's over. That's over and done with. That drummer made this track. That drummer absolutely made this track. Damn, yeah, this was hard. Got to kill all this mental tension. Yeah, these are bars. I love the sound. I love that live music-esque sound he put to this. That was cool, Aqua. That was a good one. I like that one. I like that one. I need to listen to that ADHD too. I need to listen to this whole album. I've heard this album is pretty good. And I just have a thing. I have a thing for music that kind of takes me away and lets me, like, I feel like I'm journaling. I feel like I'm listening to somebody journal. And that's what I enjoy. I like that. Yeah, all right, Joyner. I see your change up in music. I see it. That was cool. I like that one. I like that one. If I go back in time. Y'all know what that makes me think of? That makes me think of T-Pain's Time Machine. Y'all ever listen to T-Pain? The Time Machine?
From the planet Gusto. Yeah.
Eluding 236 explosive space modulator. Going on the trip, I'll be back home, boy. I'll see you later.
Going back to a time when I know everything was straighter. And everything's great now, but back then it was straighter. And I don't need no clothes, I go in just what I'm wearing. Matter of fact, I just go back to what I used to wear then.
No matter how mad my life is. Oh shit, that was wrong part. So better. I can dream, it's a simple thing. I'm building a time machine. I can dream, it's a simple thing. I'm building a time machine. I can dream, it's a simple thing. I'm building a time machine. Hey, that's that. Hey, I don't know if y'all know about T-Pain, bro.